Saddleback College final score here tonight, 54-14, Orange Lutheran all over the Santa Margarita Eagles, and they do it in dramatic fashion, and they spoil the final regular season game here for Coach Harry Welch. And hello everyone, I'm Garth Wyckoff, and welcome to our Cox3.com post-game show, joined by the coach Bill Cunity and Vince Ferragamo. And guys, I think the storyline in this game was the first half turnovers. We had 7 turnovers in the first half, 5 committed by the Eagles alone. The Lancers capitalized. They get 23 points off of those turnovers. But the guy you want to talk about, I say Tongalava. This guy, I tell you what, I see at Tongalava. What a performance defensively for him in this football game here tonight.
Well, it all started with the special teams play, with the block punt, him picking up the ball, and Tongalava running it in for a touchdown. It just seemed like Orange Lutheran was really up for the task early on in this game at all phases of the game, and then their offense just took charge.
You know, and Chuck Peterson, the head coach for Olu, talked about they had their best week of practice, coach, and you know how that is. They're coming off a tough loss against Mater Dei, and they are against Servite rather, and they come in here tonight, and just from the first whistle, it was nonstop performance by the Lancers.
Well, this Trinity League is really something to behold. It looks like St. John Bosco is kind of running the table, and that's a tremendous football team. But everything after Bosco is kind of mixmaster right now. Hats off to Chuck Peterson for taking his team to the depths of despair when they lost that game on the last play to a magnificent performance tonight. And I think you talked about the defense. I thought Luke Langdon was magnificent at quarterback running that option offense.
We'll take a look at the highlights here from tonight's game. We'll see some action from Luke Langdon, but let's talk about this guy that got things going in the first play of the game for Orange Lutheran, putting the points on the board defensively for the Lancers. It comes off a turnover. Let's take a look at these highlights.
Well,
Tongalava right there. Yeah, that's 11 yards on the missed punt attempt on the snap, and it's 7-0 in the early going. This is a 24-yard reception, gentleman, Alec McNiff from Kyle Sweet. And then you like this running play coming back, the running play by Olu, Patrick Reardon in some space.
Well, I love the fullback in this offense. Watch the block on the perimeter and then watch Reardon get into the end zone. Great job of beating that last tackler. He had a great night. Reardon was really effective.
14-7 at that point. Then Langdon, a 12-yard pass to Adam Connett. He gets it across. It's 21-7. And then you saw this, the follow earlier in the game, Coach.
Well, that play is really made by Langdon, and that is you follow the fullback. You don't even get to the defensive end. Here he does the same thing again. And I'll tell you, if your quarterback is a threat to run between the tackles, that's a pretty good deal.
If it works, run it again, right?
You bet.
And what do you think of the leg here, guys? Vinny, pretty good leg. We saw him all night fitching, booting in the end zone, but making some pretty good field goals here. This is a 41-yarder.
Right at the end of the half and gets injured. Well, not injured, but he gets interfered with, and they penalize that on the next play of the first play of the second half.
Kyle Sweet was probably the best catch we saw all night, a 44-yarder to cut it to 40-14 there in the second half. That was early in the third quarter. And then 2 plays later, Patrick Reardon, he is off and running to the races, a good stiff arm, and he will not be caught. He scampers 80 yards to extend the lead to 47-14 at that point. And then on a 4th and goal play from the 3-yard line, they go for it one more time. And watch the space here, Coach. You got to like what Langdon does.
Well, I like how he extends the play. He gets Cannell open in the end zone. And I tell you what, we've got to give some credit tonight to the offensive line of Orange Lutheran because they dominated on the line of scrimmage, and that's what allowed that running game and that option to go.
And total execution all the way around for the Lancers. I mean, they just did it in all phases, defense, offense, and special teams, and it was just too much to overcome for the Eagles.
Well, the Lancers improved to 7-2 on the season, but more importantly, back to 500 in the Trinity League at 2-2, and facing Mater Dei next week, who lost to St. John Bosco tonight. So there is a battle for second place up for grabs in the Trinity League. Again, final score here tonight, 54-14, Olu over the Eagles. It's going to wrap up our Cox3.com post-game show. We'll see you here next week.